Did you know that parents rank financial literacy as the #1 most difficult life skill to teach? Meet Greenlight, the debit card and money app for families. With Greenlight, you can send money to kids quickly, set up chores, automate allowance, and keep an eye on your kids' spending with real-time notifications. Kids learn to earn, save, and spend wisely, and parents can rest easy knowing their kids are learning about money with guardrails in place. Try Greenlight risk-free today at greenlight.com/Wondery.
I earned my degree online at Arizona State University. I chose to get my degree at ASU because I knew that I'd get a quality education, they were recognized for excellence, and that I would be prepared for the workforce upon graduating. To be associated with ASU, both as a student and alum, it makes me extremely proud, and having experienced the program, I know now that I'm set up for success. Learn more at asuonline.asu.edu.
Kids, listen to your mother.
Mom!
Welcome to Between Us Moms with Katie Crafts-Morg and Hallie Stevens-Drake.
Hey, mamas, and welcome back to the Between Us Moms podcast with Katie and Hallie. We're so grateful you're here. This is our last episode of the year. So we are going to get a little personal with you guys and talk about kind of what we've learned professionally in motherhood, about ourselves, and we're going to set some intentions for 2026. But we like to kick things off with Cliff Notes. And so Hal, catch us up. What is going on? How are you?
Well, good. I'm good. It's been a whirlwind of a week. We had Thanksgiving, obviously, and I hosted Andrew's family, which was really, really nice. I think I was born to host. I think I was just born to have people over for meals. It is my happy place, cooking for people, having people around the table, being together, just slowing down. Like, I love a holiday because it's just an excuse to do that, but I really think I shine in those moments. So I felt really good. It was really a cup filler to have everyone here. And, it was like chaotic, of course, but it's the kind of chaos I live for, just the kind where you're like bone tired at the end of the day. And Andrew and I sat on the couch when everyone left and we were done cleaning the house and we were just like holding hands and had no energy to even talk to each other. But we both just felt like a happy cup build, kind of exhausted. So that was really nice. And I would say the other thing I really need to talk about is you don't know parenting until you have parented in the snow.
Ooh. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let me tell you, the shit is not for the weak. We had a massive snowstorm here in Chicago, huge. And again, Andrew's so cute. He's like, let's do a slumber party because I mentioned this before, our whole first floor is like floor to ceiling glass and it's really magical when it snows. You feel like you're in a snow globe. And Dylan and I had another sleepover out on the couch. Andrew too. He set up a whole little thing. We watched Home Alone, which, by the way, I think I've realized she's too young for Home Alone. Like, he said things like, you little jerk. And I was like, wait, she's never heard like
that word
jerk before. Like, I don't want her to hear that. And then like robbers and like the scary neighbor. I was like, this may have been a mistake, but she seemed to love it. So it was fine. But I had a mom, am I failing here moment watching it. But of course, you want your kids to be able to go out in the snow. It's like part of being a child in the Midwest is like going and building a snowman and sledding. And this was an epic snow. It's so deep. And the process of getting your child into multiple layers of clothes, a snowsuit, snow boots, a jacket, coat, a hat, only for them to go outside 10 minutes later tell you they're cold and they want to come back in. It's like, name something that's not an Olympic sport that should be an Olympic sport. I was sweating balls. And yeah, it is truly parenting hard mode. It is so hard.
Yeah.
You don't know that. Well, you do have Big Bear.
Which we are going to in a couple of weeks. So when you said this, my first instinct was like, oh gosh. But you know what? What a magical thing. I think the thing I'm realizing about motherhood, and we'll get into this a little bit later, is like one of the best, most rewarding, coolest parts is like kind of reliving your own childhood through your kids'
Mhm.
childhoods. Like you get to re-experience everything too, like but through their eyes. And so like snow must be just so whimsical for them. But yeah, it's hard AF as a parent and but you're doing it. You did it.
Yeah, we did it.
You're
We
doing
do
it.
it. We did it 2 days in a row. Collins didn't love it. She just was like, this shit is terrible. But Dilly was out there for a long time and she loved it. So she
Okay.
might be our little snowbird. I don't know. She was calling
Yeah.
herself a snowbird. I don't know where she heard that, but
Are
yeah,
you of the mindset that you want your kids to like learn to ski and snowboard at a young age?
no, because we
No.
weren't skiers or snowboarders. That wasn't something we did.
Okay.
So yeah, no. Mm-mm.
Okay.
You?
I was actually a really good snowboarder, like kind of growing up and into high school. We had this thing in high school called Ski Week.
Oh, fun.
And people would like go up, and my dad and he was a big skier, and I was super into snowboarding, like so into it, like I had my own snowboard.
Mm.
But I have not now snowboarded in like, 20 years, and I'd probably be straight on my ass down the mountain the entire time. So who knows?
Yeah, I just heard about people breaking their everything
Oh yeah.
a lot. And I'm like, I don't think I need that. I'm
Yeah.
I'm here for an après ski. Mhm. I
Yeah.
could nail an après ski, but yeah.
You and Jason, you
Mhm.
and honestly probably me too. Like I'm like, all right, now give me my hot toddy in the lounge by the fireplace and I will watch the cold skier and snowboarders
Yeah.
come in
You
and
do your
high five them.
exercise.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be here by the fireplace.
Yeah.
But how about you? How was your Thanksgiving? What's your update?
Oh man. Okay. So I also hosted Thanksgiving for the first time, and I'm very proud of myself.
Good.
We did the damn thing. Everyone had a great time, kind of like you. I felt like a really full cup and then a really tired body at the end of the day. And yeah, it's hard because you feel like you're kind of rushing around and you don't have as much time to like talk and catch up because you're making sure all the puzzle pieces come together. But it was a really just blessed time. We also did Disneyland,
Yeah.
which, if you are on the fence about taking your kids, or if you have seen scary social media posts being like, don't take your kids to Disneyland, they're not going to remember it, I hard fully disagree with that. We had, I can't even tell you, such a magical, wonderful, memorable time. I don't think we had a single meltdown. I was the only one who
Wow.
cried.
What made you cry?
I think it was because we brought the grandparents and it was kind of everyone just like asking me for like everything the whole day to the point where I was like, I just want to like enjoy this with my kids for a second. And I felt
Mm.
like, I don't know. And then I knocked over a milk and I felt like I had spilled their milk. And that was kind of like the straw for me. And then I
Ugh.
was like, why am I crying? Like, it's fine. And it was just like a little baby tear. Yeah, I don't know. It was so cool, kind of like I said earlier, watching my kids like get to see Minnie Mouse and get to see Goofy and watch the parade and go on It's a Small World for the first time and they just they loved it. And we had a moment. Have you watched the movie yet, Train Dreams?
No.
Okay. It's kind of slow, but it is incredible. The acting is phenomenal. And the big takeaway was kind of like the small moments like are the big moments of your life. At the end of the night, we were walking back to the parking garage and we saw all these little kids running around this grass in downtown Disney and we are like, should we let our kids do that? And there was like a little band playing and we all got out and we all were just dancing as a family and the kids were running around in the grass and me and Jason were holding hands and looking at each other and kind of like, damn, we did this. We did it. Like what a
Hmm.
moment. Anyways, all that to say, I cut Kaya. Emma also had her 15-month-old appointment, and I took her to her doctor, and I was like, I just feel like something's off. Like she's just always, she's upset and like she's kind of itchy and like she has this eczema. Like, is there any way we could just test her for every allergy under the sun? I just want to know, like, am I failing my baby? So we got the results back 2 nights ago. My daughter is allergic to eggs and milk.
Oh no.
And this explains, so she's also allergic to like so many other things, but like mildly, like tomatoes and a little bit of wheat, obviously like grass and walnut tree and oak, like all these things. But he's like, so I have to go take her to an allergist this week. So, anyways, I feel horrible that I was like, my baby's angry. There's something wrong. Like, I don't know why she's mad and she's so fussy. Like, this explains so much. So immediately she's off of milk, and we had to get this stuff called Ripple milk,
Hmm.
which again, I go back to like, I hate our fucking food system here because all the ingredients are like, yeah, it doesn't have cow's milk or it doesn't have all the stuff in it, but it has like oils in it. And I'm like, what are we doing to our children? But she can't have cashew or almond or soy milk because she's also allergic to those three things.
She also doesn't have to have milk, though.
She doesn't have to have milk, so we're doing a lot of water, coconut water, lemon and honey water. That's kind of what she's been drinking today. But she very much like she sees Kaya drinking some milk, especially before bedtime. That's when Kaya has her cup of milk and she wants it. And she's
Hmm.
used to having a little bottle. So we're just kind of navigating that. And then the eggs is really hard because this baby, who doesn't like eggs?
Yeah.
And especially Jason makes like cheesy, yummy, soft, like he puts cream cheese in them.
Mm.
And then, so now I'm like, oh my gosh. And I have a lot of empathy for my sister whose daughter has FPIES, which is a different kind of allergy. So hers is like neurological, and ours is like, I think it's IEG or IgE. I'm learning about all this stuff. So, anyways, we're going to see an allergist. And what I wanted to say is like, yeah, if you are a mom and you feel like something's wrong or something's not right, just like ask your doctor and like do some tests and advocate. Because I think at first she was like, no, it's just eczema. Put on, some of this ointment and blah, blah, blah. And I'm so glad that I was like, can we run these tests? And it
Good.
explains a lot. So,
Have you
um,
noticed any? I know it's so new. Have you noticed any difference in her behavior or?
it's only been 2 days. And now, again, of course, we have like the sniffles over here.
Mhm.
So it's hard to tell. But yeah, I mean, especially yesterday, she was just like very happy, I think, not having the milk, because I think it makes your tummy bloat,
Yeah.
um, for her at least. And so I'm curious to see, what happens in the coming weeks. But it's nice to have some answers, but also a pain in the effing. But to now have to worry about her wanting things that like Kaya's having, and then she
Yeah.
can't have it, because that's like, I don't want to feel like I'm like deprived. I don't know. It's a whole thing.
Yeah.
So that's all. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you got answers.
Yeah, me
You're really
too.
good about pushing for the things that in your guts don't feel right. So that's good.
I am
Hope
good.
that helps.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
I feel like, yeah, one of my good traits is, as you know, I'm fiery and feisty, and
Mhm.
I'm
Yeah.
a I'm a
You'll fight a
advocate.
fight.
I'll fight the
Yeah, you'll
fight.
fight a fight, man.
Yeah, not that this was a fight by any means. It was just kind of like,
Well, you
you
just knew
know,
something was you weren't willing to settle for
for nothing's
your
wrong.
yeah.
So,
Yeah. Well, good.
anyways,
Good
okay.
updates all around, I'd say.
Yeah. And you know
Yeah.
what? I'm a little sad right now that we're not, because we're going to take some time off for the holidays and just to kind of regroup on this podcast and figure out what we want the year 2026 to look like. But it's like, it's going to be sad for like 3 weeks taking a moment.
No, get ready for an epic cliff note
I know,
come
right?
January, but
Right? All right, guys, when we come back, it is time for our year in review. We might cry, we might laugh, we might do none of those things, who
yeah.
knows? But we'll be right back.
All right, we are back. And I'm so glad Katie and I are doing this because when you're a mom, it is really hard to reflect on what you've got going on because the wheel is always turning. There's always so much going on. There are balls in the air, and it's hard to take those moments to reflect, think about what you did really well, what you could improve on, and what better way than to end the year than to do that together. So, making time for it, Katie, talk to us a little bit about what you learned about yourself personally this year.
I think I learned, gosh, so many things. And you're right, it's so hard to like reflect and even think because our brains are in, I don't know, just mom mode
Auto,
constant. Yeah,
yeah,
autopilot.
autopilot. Yeah.
And so I think I've learned, I think I feel like I've learned some boundaries.
Hmm.
And I think I've learned the power of no, just no, we can't come to that. No, I can't say yes to that. And that's been good, but I've also on the opposite end also learned yes to like say things that still fill my cup or things that like I need to make time for me in what feels like a constant like mom hat mode.
Mhm.
I think I've learned kind of what I said earlier, like the little moments are the big moments. Like I was watching my kids play the other day and they were running back and forth and Emma is getting faster and faster on her feet and they were squealing and I was kind of like, "Oh my gosh. Like this is what I wanted, for my whole life and I'm like living that right
Mm.
now. And I felt the same way at Disneyland. Like I literally have waited my entire life to get to bring my children to the happiest place on earth. And so I think I'm learning to like appreciate and like change my mindset. Like I was around someone recently who was like just always so negative about motherhood. And I'm like, I don't ever want to be that way. Like I never want my kids to see me be that way. Like I always want to feel like what a gift this is and kind of like, I don't know, just setting my mindset, I guess, is something that I've learned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine are all pretty similar, I'd
Yeah.
say. Yeah. I think I've really, and I've always known this about myself, but it became like abundantly clear to me this year that I am the worst version of myself when I'm tired, when I'm overwhelmed, and when I'm stretched too thin.
Mm-hmm.
So I've also, like you, really learned to say no and only commit to the things that I know will fuel me. And I'm getting better at only agreeing to things that feel like it's in alignment. If
Yeah.
it doesn't align with my spirit or like who I'm trying to be, it's a no. And I've gotten really good at it. I used to be a yes person. I had FOMO like crazy, but now it's like I don't do that. And I'm really proud of myself. That's growth.
Yes.
Um, I also think that I really prioritized this year like connection, calm and fun. Like I just was like this, I'm not going to, that was just important to me. It was like reconnect with people, get in community, stay calm, don't get flustered by everything. Yeah, like I just made time to have fun. So I'm proud of myself for that. I also think I've started this. I'm just dipping my toe into it, but I really feel like I'm getting somewhere with like rediscovering parts of myself outside of motherhood and balancing my own needs with my children's.
Mm.
And this has all been extremely intentional.
Yeah.
And it's not perfect yet, but I'm getting there. And that feels good. So I would
Oh,
say that was kind of like 2025 in the personal sphere for me.
I'm so glad you said that. And I could tell there's like a good aura about you right now.
I'm glad you
Yeah.
feel it.
Yeah. What about professionally? What have you learned about yourself this year?
So it was a good year, I will say. And I'd say it might be one of my favorite years professionally. And it's interesting because
Wow.
I have a few different things. We have this podcast that is very entrepreneurial. It is build it so we can own it. That's always been a goal of ours. We've had other business venture ideas in the past, but this is the one that just felt so natural and so good. And I'm proud of us. We're going on 2 years and we don't skip weeks. We don't stop. We grind really hard and it's incredibly difficult. And there are a lot of times where we feel like we're screaming into the ether and we're like, we just want to grow this and make it the main source of income and, be able to do it and like go hard. And I feel like we're doing it, but I'm proud of us because it's something that we're really working towards. It's a goal that, it feels really worthy of our time and our energy. And as we've said, like we are saying no to things that don't feel worthy. If it takes me away from my children and my family, it has to be something that feels right.
Hmm.
And this has always felt right. And I think I'm excited to see what happens for us in year 3.
Yes.
So professionally, I have that. And then I have my ET stuff. And I just am really happy about that space. And I think what I've learned there is like, it's just, I've been reminded that I'm really good at it. I just am good at it. And that kindness is my superpower. I show up and people are happy to see me. I think I bring good vibes.
You
People
do.
are just like, it's fun and it's fun. And I like being a person that shows up and can be a light. And also, like, I've really learned, and I know this too, but been reminded God shows up and opens doors. I think professionally, I'm just feeling really grateful. I also did some freelance this year. I started booking talent for the Chicago Fire, the soccer team, the MLS team here in Chicago. And did that answer the what I learned? I think learning just to trust God will open closed doors. I learned that I'm still so grateful for this thing we're doing. The opportunity to keep learning and growing together is fun. What about
Yeah.
you? What do you feel like you learned professionally?
A few things. I feel like and I'll keep this short. I learned that I really do love this podcast.
Mhm.
I love having community. I love sharing our life updates. And I learned that I really do want to continue growing this. And I learned, so much of media is shifting and changing. And that
Mm.
is interesting because I was certain when I was in college that like television was always going to be around. And now I'm like not so sure of that. And so I'm so grateful for this space that we
Mhm.
can like talk and share our stories and share other moms' stories. I also learned that it's okay when our dreams change.
Yeah.
I think that's like a really big one. Like you don't have to answer to anyone except for yourself and your family. And I
Mhm.
think so much of entertainment is people who feel like they need to like prove to other people like that they have something cool or that they're doing something that's like worthy of awness or like love. And I don't think that that's the case at all. We're needed by like our families and like it's
Yeah.
okay if things change and it's okay if
Mhm.
you change, you
Yeah.
know? And
Yeah. I think
so
it's good to
yeah.
change.
Yeah. Well, I think priorities, I think it's okay if your priorities shift. And I think in motherhood, it's only natural that they do. And I think it's
Yeah.
good to have like new dreams,
Hmm.
like never stop dreaming.
Yeah.
It's okay if they change.
What
So
are some of your new dreams?
that's a good question. I've talked about this before. My dreams are obviously for this podcast, and I want it to grow so much. Like I would love for it yeah, just continue to grow and like to be the place that moms want to come and talk about life and where people want to come and hear us talk about our lives. And I think my other dream is so right now Jason commutes are really far. Not really far, but it's a long drive. It's many hours in the car.
Mhm.
And he's tired by it and I'm tired by it. And I think we have this dream that like either he can retire early. I don't know, just we could figure that out. So I'm hoping the podcast can help with the financial aspect more so that we
Mhm.
could be able to do that. Yeah. My other
Yeah.
dream is like, I don't know, I was thinking about this and this is kind of off tangent and like off career, but like we met this family in line at Disneyland and they had two daughters who were in high school, similar age gap as Kaya and Emma, but like fast forward, 15 years.
Mhm.
And I asked them, I was like, what's like the thing? Like, it's so cool that your kids want to be at Disneyland with you at this age. One of them was like, talking about going to college and she wants to be a nurse and the other one was telling me like her goals and like they just seemed like really good kids and they were like I think it's that our mom was so involved. Like they said that and then the mom was like, "Yeah, I was so involved in their school and I want to be that for my kids. I want them to know I'm there. I want to be a source of comfort at all times." And that is a goal of mine right now.
There's nothing more worthy than that. There's just
So
not. Yeah.
yeah, I don't know if that's like professional, and I think it goes hand in hand with, yeah, being able to make money off this podcast so that I can do that. But that's
Mhm.
everybody's dream, right? I guess not everybody. Some people like, going to work and I totally respect that. I remember, I think Erin Andrews got a lot of heat this week because she talked about, how she misses holidays. Like you have to really love your job to miss holidays with your family.
Yeah.
And, I at one point loved my job so much. Like I think I had one of the coolest jobs on the planet. And you name a celebrity, like I interviewed them. But then I got to a point where it's like, what is so cool about that? Yeah, it's cool when you're young. And yeah, I have some really awesome stories maybe I'll tell one day on this podcast. But like, I don't. I don't want to miss Christmas. I
Yeah.
don't want to miss Thanksgiving. Like, I don't want to miss my kids' recitals. I don't. But
Yeah.
I appreciate and I can respect another mom feeling differently than me.
Yeah. It felt like the coolest job to you until you had kids.
Yes. It felt like too, it was something that I dreamed of my whole life. Like I was someone who knew what I wanted to do my entire life, like starting in ninth grade. You know, when I was in college, I remember emailing the director of Entertainment Tonight and being like, how can I be a young Hollywood correspondent at AT? And like that wasn't even a job then. And then it's like I kind of made that my job. And so yeah, it was cool. Listen, it was cool. I'm so grateful for it, but I'm very grateful for the chapter that I'm in.
Yeah. Well, and you chose it, you know? I think there's power in that. Like you have the privilege to be able to stay home and do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. And I know a lot of people don't.
Yeah. But you want to do that. And I think that's admirable and wonderful. And your girls are just so lucky to have you. So,
But it's also good, like, you know, to fill your cup and to like
yeah.
have other dreams. Like, you enjoy, you know, flying out here. And I'm so grateful that you have that job because then I get to see you more.
Yeah.
So it's like,
It's the best,
yeah,
honestly.
you don't have to miss holidays.
I think about the job I was doing prior to children, and it would have been hard to do it, you know? And I think that's what a lot of moms grapple with is just like, you can't be in all places all the time. One thing
Yeah.
inevitably is going to suffer a little bit. So it's really kind of magical that you can be all in with your girls. Okay, last thing. What have you learned in motherhood this year?
Patience.
Hmm.
I have learned that I, kind of what I said earlier, love watching my kids experience things for the first time. I love, you know, Kaya knows what an elf is right now. We're reading a lot of elf books. We're preparing for Elf on a Shelf.
Hmm.
And so she's like, Mommy, elf, elf. And I don't know, I'm like mystified by how magical she thinks everything is.
Hmm.
And then Emma, you know, sees what Kaya's doing and wants to do it too. And I think I'm really, yeah, learning that I just love watching them learn about life. I think that's the coolest part of motherhood. And I'm learning that as partners in marriage, you change a lot. But like I love Jason more and I think he loves me more, but it's also hard because like sometimes he wants to just talk about grown-up stuff and the kids are there and they keep coming up and they're like, Mommy this, Mommy that. And he's like, will we ever have an adult conversation again?
When they're 18.
And I'm like, yes, but in this moment, it's not the time. And so I'm learning that like it's okay that marriages evolve and change a little bit,
Hmm.
ebbs and flows.
Yeah.
What about you?
I think this year I really learned and embraced presence over perfection.
Mm,
Yeah, because I'm a perfectionist. I am. And I could even say this actually, this also kind of goes for work. I kind of learned like better done than perfect. And that's a huge thing for me too. But I think it's just something I had to do in motherhood is like you have to just like do it. And it's not going to be perfect, but better out there. In motherhood, for me, it's very much just like it doesn't have to look perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect. They don't care. The girls only care that I'm there, that I'm present, that I'm with them. And it's okay if the dishes aren't done. It's okay if the house is a mess. It's okay if the elf on the shelf that plan that I had kind of falls apart and isn't, you know, what I
yeah.
wanted. It's okay because it's just about being there. And I think that that in the end is what truly matters. And I'm getting better at that. I think that was something I really learned this year.
5 words to describe this year for you.
Okay. Fun, which is a lame word, but still fun, romantic.
Ooh,
Yeah, Andrew and I've kind of found our romance. Rhythm. I
that's a good
think we
one.
found our rhythm around here. Joyful and blessed. It's just blessed. What about you?
Okay, my 5 words are love,
Hmm.
chaos,
Hmm.
magicalness. Is that a
Love.
word? Yeah.
I don't think so, but I
I don't
like
think
it.
so, but I'm gonna
Yeah.
say it. I'm gonna go with it.
Hmm.
Um, I'm also gonna say rhythm. I'm gonna take that one
Okay.
from you. That's
Okay.
a really good one. Yeah.
Love it.
And how about fulfilled?
Oh, that's good. Those are good
Fulfilled.
words. Can we
Yeah.
do a real quick, what's your intention for next year? What are
Yeah.
you really hoping to improve upon, to achieve?
For the year 2026, if you guys have ideas for our podcast. We are going to
Mhm.
try and come up with some more segment type stuff, more guests. We want to book more guests. Like our goal is to have 2 to 3 guests a month. So, 60% of the episodes to be guests. I love
Yep.
that for us. So I know you got off your Lexapro.
Mhm.
My goal for 2026 is to get off of mine.
Okay.
And I think, I don't know, I want more me and Jason time.
Good one.
Yeah, I think we realize that when it's just like me and him, we have so much fun, but it's hard when there's like kids in the mix and that's like where your focus goes and it's hard to just yeah, have a
Mm.
conversation, but like when it's me and him, it's like, oh, we're back to being our best friend, lover selves.
An established date night.
Yeah, like once a month.
Yeah.
So, yeah, more of that. And yeah, not to sweat the small stuff. Like, I don't think I
Mm.
need to plan big birthday parties next year. I'm not going to do
Mm.
it. Embrace the small things.
I love that.
Yeah.
I got to watch this movie that you're
Watch
raving
it.
about.
Yeah. Train
Train
Dreams.
Dreams.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's depressing, but
Oh,
watch it. What about you?
okay.
What's your intention?
More protecting my peace and health.
Good.
Radical self-care and all that means because I'm in my 40s now and my parents are in their 70s and I just want everyone feeling good and taking care of themselves to the best of our ability. Radical self-care.
I'm so glad you said that because I think we talked about this like a long time ago on the podcast. When you become a parent, there's nothing more important than health.
Hmm.
And you just want to live forever for your babies. And
Yep.
I know that that's so morbid, but that is it. Like I cannot imagine a world where my kids have to grow up without me or Jason.
Yeah.
So it's like we have to take care of ourselves. We have to go to that exercise class. We have to do that sauna. We have to, not drink that alcohol or we have to eat that broccoli or whatever it is. We have to take care of ourselves
Yeah.
because it's everything. Like your health is everything.
Health is wealth.
Health
And
is
you learn
wealth.
that. Yeah, you learn it. The more you live, the more you learn it. It just really is.
You know what's crazy is like we're midlife now.
We're beyond midlife.
Because the average age
35.
is it 70? I thought it was
Well,
78.
35 is midlife.
35 is midlife. So we are now
Mhm.
past midlife. So
Yeah.
people who say life is short, we're not lying. Life is
No.
short. Do all the things, dance all the dances,
Mhm.
laugh, cry, feel the things.
You're like a TJ Maxx sign. Live, laugh, love. Dance.
Dance,
Dance.
cry.
Dance, cry, laugh, live, love.
Oh my God.
Yes, but
That's
it's
so
true.
fitting because I love TJ Maxx.
Oh, I know. You really
I
you
really
do a
love it.
TJ. Yeah, I know.
It's a happy place.
Your happy place.
Yeah,
Yeah. You said
it
it's where you
is.
take Emma when you're like, I got to get out of the house.
Uh-huh. We peruse TJ Maxx. So something for
Sponsor
everyone.
her.
Sponsor us. This is not sponsored, but it should
Please,
be.
God. Yeah.
Okay. Guys, we will be back in January 2026. So a 3-week hiatus. We love you. We thank you. Please share our podcast with a mama friend. Share it in a Facebook group. Share it on your TikTok. Make a story. Tag us. Whatever. We would be so appreciative. That's all. Merry
Happy
Christmas.
holidays.
Yeah. Happy holidays. Happy
Happy New
Hanukkah.
Year. We'll see you in 2026. Don't stress yourself out these holidays, Mama. Don't do it.
Yeah. Don't sweat the small stuff. All right. Bye.
Bye. Thanks for hanging out with us on Between Us Moms.
Don't forget to follow us for more mom life conversations and content, and subscribe to our newsletter so you don't miss a thing.
And if you liked this episode, send it to a mom friend.
You know she'll get it too.
See you next time.